Recording.
By the way, the words to this chant are in the chat.
This is a new chant, so I'll teach it to you. It's pretty simple. Blessed are the peacemakers, they shall be called the children of God. Blessed are the peacemakers, they shall be called the children of God. And then the next line is the same thing. Okay, here we go. Blessed are the peacemakers, they shall be called the children of God. Blessed are the peacemakers, they shall be called the children of God. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are those who are pure in heart, for they shall see God. For they shall see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God. Blessed are the peacemakers, they shall be called the children of God. Blessed are the meek, they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are the meek, they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are those who are pure in heart, for they shall see God. For they shall see God. For they shall see God.
I was muted. Good morning. Good morning. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to each and every one of you. And I'm going to state my request, as I always do. Please, if there's no real reason why you can't, I do invite you to come on screen. We are already separated enough. It's so good to be able to see each other. So I'm glad that you are all here. So join me in this knowing right now. There is this power, this ebb and flow, this movement, this love. It is a vibration that is beautiful and juicy. It avails itself to, through, in, and as each and every one of us, for it is each and every one of us. There is no place where we can go where it is not. There's no thought we can think, no feeling we can feel that is not the absolute impulse of the one. So as we come together in community, as we come together, let us feel the blessing of the community and let us be a blessing to the community. Let us walk in the consciousness of love and acceptance and compassion and integrity and high truth. Let us be that practice. Let us be a gift and model the teaching wherever we go at every moment of every day. I bless this time together. I bless our Ray Atkins, our musicians. I bless our practitioners, our ministers, our members. I bless the technology. And I trust that as we dive deeply into the one, it lifts us, it catches us and lifts us and we walk in that vibration. Oh, for this good and this beauty and this holiness. I am so grateful. I'm so grateful. So I surrender this word, allowing it to be infused with the power that causes demonstration. And that happens right where we are. For this and so much more. I am grateful and I release this word. And so it is.
And so it is. And we now have the January affirmation that is in the chat for everyone. So if you would, take note and read it along with me. I am a bold, beautiful, and glorious demonstration of the Divine One. All of me, all my being is the direct result of my divine birthright and use of the law. I think, breathe, walk, and act from this birthright. As I carefully monitor my use of this law, I do so with great focus and responsibility, and then enjoy the fruits of my conscious labor. All is well in my world, and so it is.
Thank you, Neil, and greetings, greetings in Mexico. I'm so happy to see you there. Greetings in Canada with Amy, who's been here today with us and I haven't seen you in a minute. Happy to all places. Terry, what are you, Brooklyn? Are you in Brooklyn, Terry? Bronx? Where are you over there?
Long Island.
Long Island. Okay.
Long Island.
Well, welcome from Long Island. Good for you. Welcome to everybody. I hope your night last night was beautiful and glorious. And we do have the caption, the words, the closed caption happening. So if you want to, in your taskbar, you can press that and you can see the closed caption. Some of the closed captions a little interesting. It changed Ray's words a little bit, but you know, that's creativity for you. And I'm just grateful for those of you who might need that little support that is there. So you don't have to miss any of my brilliance, because I wouldn't want you to miss that. So this has been, Happy New Year. God, this has been an interesting 3 years. Can I get an amen to that? It's been an interesting 3 years. And it's been an interesting, especially 6 months. And I want to reiterate something, and that's the purpose of it is not to weight us down with worry, fear, upset, and gloom, but is to just let you know where we're bouncing off of. I mean, this past 6 months, we have had numerous losses within the community, and we have had illnesses. My own husband for surgery, and Bill Sarnowski for surgery. So Bill, come back on screen. Let everybody see how well you're doing. I mean, he's got a nasty new scar. Yeah, I was gonna say nasty, an interesting scar, but he's got a, he's here and he's doing well. There, Bill, let everybody just, God, 79, quadruple bypass surgery, going strong. Neil's practically running around the house, forgets his cane. He's doing so well. I mean, God bless him. God bless him. And we have had numerous other, there's been illnesses, and yes, Marcy also, that's right. Marcy got a new knee this year, and she's now running around and doing well. So as a community, we have come out of many, many things. And it's great. It's great. It's fine. And it's fine because we had the capacity to do that. And because if we're in the teaching, we have the capacity to heal in ways that a lot of people might not understand. I mean, it is not, Neil can tell you at another time in his own words, but the physical therapist is constantly saying to him, he'll tell him to do something and Neil will do it. And he goes, whoa, wait a minute, you're not supposed to be able to do that yet. So when we're in practice, we remember it's natural for the body to heal. It's natural. And there are some people, and I've gotten a lot of phone calls. This has been a kind of a tough time. Yes, the $6 million Neil and Bionic Marcy. This has been a tough time for people that, and I want to tell you the difference for someone who's having a tough time and someone who's managing are the people who apply the spiritual practices. I cannot re-emphasize that enough. Never sacrifice personality for principle. Principle has got to be at the top of your list. Principle has got to be where you are, where you remember. It's like when I'm probably one of my most potent spiritual practices is the monitoring of my mind. That doesn't sound very sexy, it doesn't sound very powerful, but because I know that where my mind goes, my life goes. And that's what we're going to talk about today is intention. Where our intention goes, our life goes. Okay. And so it is important for us to always slow down and pull back and get present to the moment. A week ago, before this warm weather we're having right now, we had that cold, that cold spurt. And Neil and I think I was taking him to the doctor to get his stitches out. I think that's what was happening. And we walk outside, and I have slate stairs out of my front stairs, and I couldn't see the ice. But I was fully present to what was going on, and I step on the first step, and my foot goes sliding, and it was like an oh crap moment. Now there's about 6 steps that are in front of my house, a little path, and then the grass. And as my first step, as I slip out, all I thought to myself is, I got to get to the grass. I got to get to where there's something with traction. Well, I proceeded to slip on every step, but stayed vertical. It's a damn miracle. I really have no idea how I pulled it off and got to the grass and was like, whoa, what just happened? And my body was shaken because I was a little afraid. I didn't want to hit my back or my hip or my head or anything, but I made it. And I believe that's from being present, because instead of being fearful, I said, nope, I got to get to the grass. And so that was my trajectory. That was my intention. And that's where I got to. Setting an intention and being present is how we lay out the path of our lives. Absolutely none of you drive your car while looking constantly in the rearview mirror. You might check in the rearview mirror here and there. You might check the side mirrors for things, but when you're driving, you look forward. However, we have a tendency when we're not present, we have a tendency when we're not in spiritual practice to look to the left and look to the right and look at what was and look at the past. And we have a tendency to worry and to have doubt and fear get in the way of what we're doing. But if instead we look forward is the direction, not carrying what was with us, not carrying old concerns with us. You hear that? Ernest Holmes said that in religious science, God is absolute and self-existent cause. Therefore, the divine spirit contains within itself infinite imagination, complete volition, and absolute power. I want to read that again. In religious science, we believe that God is absolute and self-existent cause. Therefore, the divine spirit contains within itself infinite imagination, complete volition, and absolute power. So what that is saying is that that which creates anything, that which infuses the vibration of creation, that which lifts, that which moves, that which created heaven and earth and all that is what is activating through you and I. And our volition is simply the personality of you and I and our focus and our intention. And so this always available essence of good that's flowing, it moves through your consciousness, your thinking, your intention. And that's going to be the whole month of January. We're going to go deep into the first 4 chapters as we always do. But my point now is when you set an intention, you are brought to the right next step. It is critical, setting goals for the new year. They don't work very well. Goals are hit and miss at best. Resolutions. Do you know how long I had a statistic on it? I don't know what I did with it. Statistically, resolutions, they don't even last the month of January for most people. They don't last the month of January. So how is intention different? Because I want you to think of intention as a map. And today, when you leave here today, I want you to have your hands on a bit of your intention for 2023. Now, for many of you, if you're, depending on where you are in your life and what you're doing, you might be not wanting to be busy, but your intention then could be health. Your intention could be to have the most amazing family situations, the most wonderful family atmosphere and experience as possible. And I know, because when I talk to people who do not have a wonderful family situation happening, and I have real good reason recently to see very close up what happens when families don't communicate, when families live in blame, when families find fault with each other instead of asking questions. So for you, you might just want to say, I want to create the closest family relationships that I possibly can. For me, I have 2, I know out of all the things, and you might be a little surprised by this, but I want 2023 to be a year for me, and I'm hoping to drag you into it, of experiencing joy. I want joy. Now, under joy can come fun and laughter and dancing and creativity, but I want joy. And so for me, this matters to you because as the spiritual leader of this community, I am going to be very particular right now. And if something I am doing that surrounds us, if something that I'm doing in organizing us does not have the feeling of joy, I am not doing it. I commit to you to be joy focused throughout my decision making, whether from the board to teaching to all the work that I do. I am here to be joy led this year. Now, hopefully every year thereon, but what that means is, a couple of weeks ago, the board, we had talked about something that I was hoping to happen, and there wasn't consensus. There wasn't a lovely consensus. And when we left the meeting, we had decided, okay, I was going to go ahead and do this thing. I don't even want to bring it up. But when I paid attention to the feeling left over from that meeting, I decided no. Because if we're not in consensus, and if if it's not a foundation of love, and if it's not a foundation of joy, I don't want it for us. We have our hands on a technology, an incredible philosophy that will be proven out with joy. And the other thing for me is success. This is the year for me to kind of stop playing small in many areas. So those are my two focuses, and that's the kind of things I'm talking about. You don't have to have this big, oh, I want to buy and sell 6 houses, or, I want to make so much more money. What do you want to physically feel? What is the life experience you want to have? For me, that's joy and success. So what I'd like to do right now is I'd like to take you into a meditation. And so if you will, if you can find a comfortable position and maybe just empty your hands for a few minutes and sit up tall. I've been suggesting lately, and I'm going to do it myself. If you don't need them when your eyes are closed, remove your glasses. And again, I want to tell you why I do that, so that in all of your attention goes inside and you're not even distracted by these glasses that are meant to see the world. The only world you have to see is your inner world. Because our world that we experience is from the inside out. We know this. So take a breath, if you will. Breathe in this moment. Exhale the old. And feel your body settle, settle, settle. Breathe in new possibility. Exhale, exhale the old. Breathe in love and creativity. Exhale doubt and fear. Breathe in self-confidence and beauty. Exhale all doubt, self-doubt. Settle, settle, settle. And begin to move into yourself right where you are, right wherever you're sitting, whatever you're doing, right there in that space. And feel the presence of love right now kind of shore you up. I want you to feel safe in this imagining, in this meditation, to feel loved. And right where you are, you're going to look to your left and you're going to look to your right. And you're going to see 2 boxes, 2 small boxes, decorated in whatever way your imagination decorates them. My boxes, I'm going to imagine them to be covered with jewels. Now, one of these boxes is where you're going to release all of your old ideas into. So as you're sitting there in this quiet, let yourself take a quiet inventory right now. Take a quiet inventory of anything in 2022 that you would like to totally and complete release the energy of. Set the intention to free yourself by consciously putting these things in the one box that is there to take this all from you. the stress, the strain, the surgeries, the illnesses, the losses, the self-doubt, the fear, the lack of confidence that had you maybe hold on. Release the struggle with your job, with your finances, with your family, with your loved ones. Release it all. Just keep setting the intention to place the energy of those things in that box. It is not a bad box. It is not a wrong box. It is a box of love, actually, because it's willing to receive these things lovingly. And anything that you place in that box is going to be held in the hands of love. So let go. Let go of the struggle. Take a breath with me, please. And another one. Now let's turn our attention to the other box. And then let yourself begin to imagine the sweetness, the ease, the grace, the beauty of 2023. What is it that you want to experience? What is it that you want to feel? At the end of 2023, when you take inventory, what is it that you want to remember that you experienced within yourself? And now, as these ideas come up, place them in this other box. Let them all sit there. Let them be received. Feel free to give it all. Now, that's your God box. Your intention box is your God box. And as we know, God says yes. So keep placing your wants, your desires, your intentions, and just gently place them in the box. Allow yourself to feel worthy. Allow yourself to feel alive in this process. Remember, you are enough. You were born enough. You have always been enough. And you will leave here enough. Feel into it. Feel into it. Accept it. Allow it. And now join me again with some breath. Oh. And one more deep breath. Oh. Now take stock of what you've just done. Thank the one box for receiving all that you chose to release. So speak a word to it, either silently or if you're alone, into the room, speak a word of gratitude. Because something, if you really energetically participated, something just happened here. Thank that box. And I'll help you with it. Thank you so much for being a willing recipient and for caring for me so much and for being willing to receive everything that I release. So with a wide open heart and a commitment to surrender, I let go of what was and I release this. I let go of strain, I release this. I let go of worry, doubt, and fear. I release this. And then turn your attention to the other box and just be grateful. Be grateful that you're going to walk this path this year with these intentions. And just speak a word of gratitude. I am grateful for your support. I am grateful to know that my word is being listened to. I am grateful to be received. I am grateful to be guided. I am grateful to be empowered. And I set my intention free. And I call this good. Take a breath. Thank you. When you're ready, open your eyes. Now, to let you know at the end of our time together today, for those of you who want to share, I'm going to create some breakout groups so you can actually speak to the community and share these intentions. But here's what I want you to know. A strong intention married with or encapsulated in solid spiritual practices is what creates a life well lived. Some people come to New Thought and they come from we come from other religions. Sometimes you came maybe feeling a little disgruntled there, that's happened. Or sometimes you just didn't have anything, but you wanted something. New Thought isn't necessarily known for its rituals and spiritual practices, but we have some. And when we're in person, we have some beautiful rituals that we participate in. But rituals and practices ground us. They ground us and they remind us of what we're doing. It's like, it could be as simple as right now I'm standing in front of you, of course, in my kitchen, and there's a like a peninsula under the computer where it is. And the kitchen for me is the heart of the home. So for me, when I'm feeling really plugged in and my practices are in place, my kitchen is in order. My island is clean because it is a sign of me expressing love. It is kind of a spiritual practice. Now, I say that to you to let you know it doesn't have to be woo-woo. It's about being present and considering everyday life as being sacred. It's a very important thing to consider. So right now in the chat, if you came up with a single word or a line, would you share with us, some of you share with us what intentions came for you and share it in the chat so some of us can, we can see what came and just share with the community. Just gonna wait and see what comes. Deep healing, beautiful, beautiful. Freedom, prosperity, yes, beautiful. Is there more? beautiful, rich, happy, successful, they're going fast now. Lightness of mind, body, fortitude, guidance. Oh, I love that word, fortitude. I love that word. I do. Acceptance. Okay. So what do you do now? What's next? What's next is you contemplate upon those things. What's next is, if at all possible, in addition to creative expression of love, beautiful, when we go into the groups and you're going to share with each other, wait, I'm going to test you right now. Who has a prayer partner here? Okay. Every hand should be up. And I say should, forgive me for the word should, but the reason is, and I've been trying to get you to get this, the beauty of prayer partners is that you can, when you have a prayer partner scheduled, you only go so long before you're reminded. Right now, I have 5. I have a prayer partner on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays. So the longest time I forget my own brilliance, it would be from Thursday and Friday. I don't really forget, but that's the longest I could forget, because my prayer partners are there to remind me. It is one of the spiritual practices that makes a difference. And if you want to change that, I remember it was many, many years ago, when we did something on a Sunday, and he started praying with Anita Pacheco, and they've been doing it for years now. I don't know how many years, many, many years, a long time. So the practitioners, most of the practitioners have prayer partners. I didn't notice who did or didn't raise your hands, but having even more than one is the thing to do. If you have an intention, surround yourself with practices to support it. Surround yourself. Set yourself up for that. So for me, one of my intentions in here, of course, was this book for last year. And I got to tell you, what an incredible feeling it is to set an intention and to see it come to fruition. You all have that within you. You have that within you. There is no reason why not. None. When we remember principles and we have our practices, we set ourselves up for the deep healing that Dia mentioned. We set ourselves up for that. You will find deep healing in the easiest ways by simply being fully present in an atmosphere, in a community that feels safe, a place where you are accepted, a place where you are loved. And I want to tell you, the coming retreat that we're doing in March, which is March 17th to the 19th. So we're going to, on St. Patty's Day, will be the first night of our retreat. That retreat, with the music of Ray Atkins and Ty Stevens and Clive, is going to be an atmosphere of so much love and spiritual practices and beauty. And where is she? Did I lose Evelyn? No, there you are, Evelyn. And the boxes moved around. She's going to be providing soul collage, and so we're going to have time to go deep and to be in an atmosphere where you get to feel love like maybe you haven't in a long time. Because when you feel that loved and you feel that safe, healing happens naturally. That's why we heal faster when we're in these kind of communities. That's why. So the other thing, so it's about spiritual practices. It's about discipline. Yeah, there's that word. Discipline is such a non-sexy, heavy word. But discipline of mind, discipline of practices, it is what is missing most often when someone is struggling. Discipline. the discipline to return to what you said you would do, the discipline to return to your practices, and accountability. That's the beauty of a prayer partner. You might just have an accountability partner. If you don't have one, please, dear God, get one. Get one. Because these intentions that you just set, they're real. You know, and I've told this story before, but many, many years ago now, I went to Mexico with Don Miguel Ruiz, his son, and a group of people. And we went during Easter time. And every year they used to do this ritual, and everybody was told to wear white. And they would climb to the top of the pyramid that's there, the pyramid of the sun. And at the top of the pyramid, they would do a ritual where they would marry God, right? And I loved this idea. I loved the idea of it. So what I did was I even prepared myself. I bought myself a small gold ring, believe it or not, small gold ring. And I knew I was going there, and I had my white outfit, and I was going there to set this intention. Now, what I didn't know is that Don Miguel was not of good health at the time. He was having his heart issues, and his son took over. So what happened was they didn't do the whole ritual. They didn't follow through. But I set the intention, and I carried that intention, and that intention created a life-transforming experience for me that week. Life-transforming. Because I got in touch with my self-empowerment. I got in touch with Source in a way that was so beautiful. So even though we did climb the pyramid, no one else was prepared, but I went in my white outfit with my ring. And I asked his son, Don Jose, to carry the ring to the top and to do a ceremony for me. So I took from that experience what my intention was. Set your intention for the day when you wake up. The first thing, as your eyes open, what beauty is in store for me on this day? Set the intention to be available. What adventure is available for me today? Set the intention. Ask universe. And then be open to receive. Yes? Okay. So let's treat. Let's treat. And if you will, loosen up, shake everything off, open your mind. You can even open your eyes if you want. And let's know with me right now that there is a power and a presence and an amazing essence of good. And it avails itself to, through, as each of us right here, right now. And every single intention set here today is received, met, and demonstrated due to the love and the presence of God. God, the good, God spirit, God energy, God as love in any form. And it is holy and beautiful and sacred. I bless each and every one of you and every intention you set. And I know with all confidence and faith that if believed, because you must receive it, if believed, there is no thing that can stand in the way of that intention being gloriously demonstrated. So I trust this process. I trust it with all of my being, all of my being. And I let this word be so right here and right now. And so it is. Thank you all. Thank you.
Under a sky of blue, the sun shines on us all. A voice says, would you fill my cup? Could you please lift me up? in a toast of tall glasses clinging, all to those who live for the giving, the ringing of bells, the speaking of tales at the fountain of life. So much from you has been taken, stripping down you just enough, and the core of you has been shaken, so you can hear that voice of love for the deserved and undeserved. All you can hold would be so kind, the one left behind out in the cold. Under a sky of blue, the sun shines on us all. A voice says, would you fill my cup? Could you please lift me up? In a toast of tall glasses clinging, all to those who live for the giving, the ringing of bells, the speaking of tales at the fountain of life. At the fountain of life. At the fountain of life.
All right. Thank you, Ray. And thank you, Reverend Michelle.